Hello, everybody. It's Tremendous Thursday. I want to explain to you about this Tremendous Thursday and the days of the week. In 1984, I started working for a very large Fortune 500 company. And I had just come back from training, and it was my first day. And I definitely have been into the game of life and how to play it and positive attitude and my affirmations walking in at 8 o'clock in the morning. And this girl that was a woman, I should say, two doors, two cubbies down from me, was singing, "Show me the way to go home. I'm tired and I want to go to bed." I was like, oh, this is not going to work for me. So I came up with names of the week and I infected my whole unit. Marvelous Monday, Tremendous Tuesday, Wonderful Wednesday, Tremendous Thursday, and Fabulous Friday. Now, I'm sure you've heard these terms over either through social media or people talking or whatever, but that's the great thing about spirit. Those that was given to me in 1984, but it has a way of working through the universe, and you'll hear those terms. So, hello to Tremendous Thursday. Okay, well, I want to start because really, when we talked about this inside voice, it's going to be probably an endeavor. It was for me anyway, and was the most significant change so that I could really, really apply the principles of the game of life and looking for the good and first. Okay. So and tough times never last, but tough people do fits right in with that voice inside, which is the warden, or you can call it whatever you want, the sabotager, um, because it's not your friend and it's not a cheerleader. It's never going to be, because every time you go through a different situation with people, places, and things, it's having a conversation. And until you learn where you're put your switch on the side of your temple to be aware of that. And if you've been keeping track since the last time we met last week, if you just took some of what I said and jotted it down, because you won't remember if it's a fleeting moment. But if you jot it down how you talk on the inside, you'll see that you're not your friend and you're not your cheerleader. And that's why I highly recommend and stick with tough times never last, what tough people do, because the words you say, they count. And the biggest thing that I wish they would teach in preschool, kindergarten, whatever they call it, pre-K now or whatever, is to love yourself. There's no course or any school that teaches that. We wouldn't have bullies if they had the foundation to love yourself, because the bullies wouldn't count. You know, so words count. Loving ourselves, it is a priority. Um, Especially now that we're going through a lot of different growth spurts. And I think that that's important, because with life, we want to look for the good. And when we come to a challenge, I want you to start saying to yourself, well, what else is possible? What else is possible? Because there is common sense, critical thinking skills that I think really should be brought to the forefront. So when we get into the love principle, love heals. It can heal us. It can heal relationships. Think about how we fall in love, or we love our children, or we love a particular cuisine. It's a powerful emotion. But learning to love ourselves, and here's the kicker. eh, Here's the kicker. You have to learn to forgive yourself too. See, that's the kicker. And how does this all work? How do I put this all together? And Tiffany's going to bring up my first screen here, and I'll kind of explain it to you, okay? Tiff, can I have the first slide? There we go. Okay, so we're going to start at the middle here, which is your conscious mind. That's the day-to-day stuff. That's the moment to moment. But then we have the subconscious mind. And what the subconscious mind is it's recorded it's kept track of everything, every word, action, deed, situation in your whole life. Okay. So when you get into your conscious, the day-to-day stuff, and something happens, you have your subconscious feeling or an idea or an emotion that can tie to how you feel and how you react, good or bad or indifferent. Now, the superconscious is where we love ourselves, where we dream, where we can do meditation and make positive affirmations, prayer, uh, working on self improvement. That's all super conscious because we're going from the conscious mind to work with new information for our benefit and for us to grow. Now, the next slide, Tiffany, please. Ah, so now when we're in the conscious mind, what you perceive is what you believe, whether it's true or whether it's not true. It's your truth. What you perceive is what you believe, and it is your truth until you get to the why. There's who, what, where, how. Everybody wants to know the why, and we have to get to our why. Okay, Tiffany, thanks. The next one, hon. So what you perceive is what you believe. Let me see the comments here of when you see the horse. Do you see the horse or do you see a frog? It's what you perceive is what you believe. Next slide. Yep. Ah, this is another one. So do you see a young woman or do you see an older woman? What you perceive is what you believe. I don't see any comments here. Let's see. Very interesting. Make notes of this because we can take this picture and show it to 100 people. And I guarantee you that we'll have a split analysis here. All right, Stephanie, next one. So we're talking about love. And I'm talking about what they don't teach you in school. And that is to look in the mirror and love yourself, not, criticizing yourself. Oh, I don't like that mole, or I wish my nose was different, or I don't have the right lips. That's all critical thinking. You're a masterpiece in itself because God doesn't make junk. So it's not selfish to love yourself or to take care of yourself and to make your happiness your priority. It's a necessity. And they don't teach you that, put somebody else first, or, oh, don't do that, or don't say that, you'll hurt their feelings, or what about yours? Are you sacrificing yourself to make somebody else happy? Because then, you're gypping yourself over and over and over. So, the next slide, Tiffany, please. This is one of my favorites. 15 things to give up. Number one, doubting yourself. We're all here to learn and grow. So, uh, and there again, with the doubting yourself is, what voice are you listening to? Is it that subconscious, silent voice in between your ears? Along with number two, negative thinking. What else is possible? Number three, destructive relationships. And, you're going to hear me say this often, to thy own self be true. Number 4, fear of failure. I have met brain surgeons on down to the well digger. And I have met many business people who have failed, but you know what? They didn't never gave up. They started another business and became very, very successful. You can't fail unless your voice in between your ears is making you more the victim. So do you want to be succeed or do you want to be a victim? Number 5, gossiping. This is one of my favorites. Gossip, okay, let me demonstrate, is ear pollution. Gossip is never the truth. Uh, you tell something to Sally. Sally tells Mary. Mary tells George. George tells Harry. Harry tells Johnny. Johnny tells Sarah. Okay. And we go on and on. Do you think it's the same story by the time you get to Sarah? No, it's not. And who made you the judge and the jury? Hmm, interesting. Number 6, criticizing yourself and others. That's what you'll find out if you started jotting your inside voice. As I told you, when I got down to the 30 days and I read it, wow, I would never have talked to another human being judgmental, criticizing myself, or uttered those words from my lips to another human being. Number 7, anger. And I want to expand on this. Those that anger you conquer you. If you're angry at yourself, you're going to conquer yourself too. Number 8, comfort eating. I'm not here to be the judge and the jury on that one. 9, laziness. So a lot of times I think because that little voice inside doesn't believe in you, so we can take the opposite of that and turn that into not doing anything. Number 10, positive, a negative self-talk, positively the truth. Okay, negative self-talk will keep you stuck. It will eliminate you reaching your goals. It will set you up for failure. It will keep you unhappy. It will steal your joy. Number 11, procrastination. And sometimes I think everybody that's put on this planet can have a smidge. Am I doing the right thing? You know. But I like when it gets to procrastination, when I do my life coaching with my clients, I have them get a sheet of paper and draw a line down the middle. And you make pros on one side and cons on the other. And it really simplifies to get to the point so that your procrastination goes to a screaming halt. Okay. Unless your inside voice takes over your pros and cons with fear or negativity. Because fear will cripple you. Number 12, fear of success. Who says so? You see, that's the whole thing. Everybody that God put on this green earth is capable of success. So who says so? Is it you? Is it somebody in your family? Is it a teacher or whatever? I remember my fourth grade teacher told my father, Joanne's really smart, but she just doesn't apply herself. Really? Well, guess what? I had to conquer that. And fortunately, when I was in the corporate world, I proved that I could apply myself because I happened to be very successful, number one in the country in every position I held in the company. That's a wasn't for me. It's a goal. It had nothing to do with oh, you're great and this and that. No, no. It was overcoming applying myself. You see how people can impact you. Number 13, all addictions, and that includes negative thinking. Number 14, People pleasing. You know, I crack up with this because we all want to be good people or be a good neighbor or whatever. But there are some people that go to the absolute extremes that they want to be noted as this good person. So they'll go way above beyond, put their family on hold, put other to, things on their to-do list because they're people pleasers. That is stealing your joy, your happiness at some conjuncture in the immediate future. Okay, people pleasing will always you can't please everybody. That's just it's impossible. Number 15, putting others' needs above your own. A lot of times people do that because they want to be liked, or they want the accolades of you're a good person, thank you, or whatever. But to thy own self be true is what I've been really kind of putting the pedal to the metal here. Because when you're true to yourself, that's when everybody else will benefit. Okay. And hopefully, going through some of these um, modalities that we went through today with um, that you're going to go back and listen to this and maybe get a notebook and take some notes and work on some personal growth things. That's what I do with my clients. The next one, Tiffany, please. So what gets in the way of success besides negative thinking, of course, is fear. And fear is a prison, or fear can put up borders or blocks um, and hold you back from your good. Fear is false evidence appearing real. Okay, false evidence appearing real. In other words, it's not true. And so you need to look at the other side of that. If you fear something, what's the good? What's the other side of that? Let's look at the other side of that. They don't teach that in school either. All right, Tiffany, do we have one more? I'm not sure. Ah, now this I need my glasses for, kids. Okay, here we go. I like this because I used to use this when I did motivational workshops in my company. The difference between successful and unsuccessful people could be the way they think or the way they conduct themselves. So, first, have a sense of gratitude. Unsuccessful people have a sense of entitlement. Nobody owes you anything, really. It's what you make of yourself, right? Successful people forgive others. Unsuccessful people hang on to the grudge. Grudges never work out well. Successful people give other people credit for their victories. Unsuccessful people take all the credit. And I'm sure that there are many in this audience that have worked really hard or came up with an original idea. I always like to say I have an original tune, an original idea, and somebody stole it or repeated it way before you could present it, or took the credit for something that was really yours. That's what unsuccessful people do. Um, Successful people accept responsibility for their failures. Unsuccessful people blame others. You're always going to have that one that's digging. Let's look for what's wrong before we can look for 100 things that are right. Right? Let's look for the one thing that's wrong, and we got 100 things that are right. Yeah. Pay attention. This is you'll this is going to help you see what's around in your circles. Successful people compliment. Unsuccessful people criticize. The naysayers. Successful people read every day. Unsuccessful people watch TV every day. Well, I think that this is pre social media because a lot of people don't watch TV right now. They get their news from all different kinds of little blurbs and bits and pieces. So we'll kind of waver on that one. Successful people keep a journal. Unsuccessful people say they keep a journal, but really they don't. Successful people talk about ideas. Unsuccessful people talk about people. Isn't that interesting? That's a clue right there. Successful people want others to succeed. Unsuccessful people secretly hope they fail. Others fail. Successful people share information and data. Unsuccessful people hoard information and data. Successful people keep a to be list. Unsuccessful people don't know what they want to be. I always like, and it's good to have goals too. Successful people exude joy. Unsuccessful people exude anger. Successful people keep a to do project list. Unsuccessful people fly by the seat of their pants. Successful people set goals and develop life plans. Unsuccessful people never set goals. Successful people continuously learn. Unsuccessful people, they know it all. Successful people embrace change. Unsuccessful people fear change. Successful people operate from transformational perspective. Unsuccessful people operate from transactional perspective. So I hope that this helps you. I hope that you go through this. Um, I think that's the last one on our list. This is what should be taught to our children, the things that we went over today. And think about, it could be your children, it could be your nieces, your nephews, your grandchildren, um, some children that you have in your personal space. Think what you could share with them, or um, open up the doors for them to love themselves and not criticize themselves and expand themselves. We need to start teaching and being examples. It's hard to change when I'm way in my 70s here. So um, unfortunately, I had a teacher when I was in my 30s, and her wisdom said to me, "Here's the information, the game of life, and how to play it. It doesn't work if you don't apply it." And she was right, because when I applied it, I got what she said, that I have over 100 miracles logged in a book. That with faith in God and my positive attitude and affirmations, it works. It works. So I want to um, be a positive force of self development. I don't care what age we are, we can always learn something. I really have the philosophy, I want to learn something today that I didn't know yesterday. And I don't think that that's a bad thing. But I definitely um, I'm going to do readings today because I don't want to disappoint anybody. And I came up with, I have so many different decks of cards. I like to work with angel energy as well. And I have today, and so you can all kind of um, make comments here who wants a reading. But today, we're going to work with spirit animal cards and see what messages I get along with what's on the card. Okay. And and I want you to forgive my hoarse voice a little bit here, but I'm working on it. Okie dokie. So, who's going to be first here? Miss Jules, I see you. All right. Let's see what we come up with. Look at these. I mean, these are just beautiful. They're just beautiful. Where do you see these? They're gorgeous. Okay. Let's see, Jules. I'm going to spread these out. Bear with me a second. Close my books. All right. Let's see what we come up with. Miss Jules needs a message. What is it? Ha! I love it. Infinite possibilities. You are the sovereign of the seen and unseen worlds. The magical love surrounds you, beauty transforms you. Listen to the spirits of light, abandon the darkness, go beyond the ordinary, and become the legendary. I love it. This goes with what we were talking about today. Thoughts are things, no fear. What else is possible? Looking for the good. There you go, Miss Jules. Did you like that? I hope so. Okay. All right. Let's see who else. We got, is that Shan? All right, sweetheart. Hey, Richard, I see you. Okay, you got Shan. This is for Shan X. Okay, you got the orca whale, which is adventure. When I get the adventure card, I always look at what else is possible, what's new, what's around the corner. Getting excited here. Dare to do things differently. Sing your wild song. Manifest your travel dreams. Little trip on the horizon here. Attempt a great journey with confidence. Be loyal. Friends and family are your treasures. Yay. Be brave. You are the most, you are more powerful than you know. Is that gorgeous or what? That's for you, Shan. All right. I've got to get to Richard. I see him here. I love him. All right. This fits you, Richard. Greatness. You got the greatness card. Love is your strength. Leadership is your path. Your wisdom inspires everyone you meet. You can overcome any problem, and you will naturally and easily achieve success. How do you like that? Is that gorgeous? It fits you to a T, Richard. Fits you to a T. All righty. Let's see if I can get my little, as Tiffany knows, I'm not really the greatest with the computer here. Here we go. Okay, do we have anybody else? I see Richard. I see Miss Jules. Thank you, Jules. I appreciate you. Did I get everybody? All right. Well, I'll wait for others to show up and I will show you some of these other spirit cards. What do I need to know? Ah, I got the tiger, which is fire. Okay. Let's see here. All right. I got the tiger fire. I choose to be unstoppable. That's mine. My passion is my power. Yay. I am bold. I am brave. Mighty forces come to my aid. Well, gosh knows that I make that my prayer every day. Okay. What is going on here with these comments here? Okay, I see Miss Jules. Ah, Miss Robin, I see you. Let's see what we got here from Miss Robin. Okay, let's spread these out. I like to mix them up. Oh, you got the raccoon, which is the inventor. You see that? Aren't these guys just gorgeous? The artwork is phenomenal. Decide on what you really want. You have the ingenuity to claim it. We know that to be true, Robin. You are very talented. Avoid being the trickster and practice integrity. You do. You have many roles and can juggle them well. Let's get another one to go with that. Self-reliance, which is the snow leopard. And you are strongly independent and often solitary. Integrity is important for your best outcome. Cloak yourself with invisibility and walk with the shamans. Use your intuition and let your life unfold in silent perfection. That's very good. Very good. I think that through your meditation, you're going to get some new wisdom too. Um, Maybe for your next project. Okay. Let's see, Ben. This, let's see here. How do I get this to go here? Well, this was going. Um, Tiffany, you want to chime in if I miss somebody here? Because the last I see is Robin. Okay. Let's see. What else can we get here? Oh, Samir? All right, let's see what I get for Samir. Okay. Huh? This is for Samir. We got the giraffe, which is the visionary. Rise above earthly matters, glide through life with grace. You are able to see the right path, stand tall on your self worth, and love with a big heart. I also want to tell you that I think that in the next 3 weeks to 3 months, lots of different ideas or pathways are opening for you, Samir. So definitely take advantage of that. See that? Isn't that great? What else do I have here? I like this one. I pulled one for myself. Swan. That's grace. You who glides across the waters of my soul, bring me your wisdom and light. I'll take it. Thank you. Help me transform into elegance and grace. Inspire me with dignity and the spirit of beauty. Okay. All right. I don't know if I've got everybody here. Tiffany, have I got everybody so far? Because I don't want to miss anybody. Patty. All right. Thank you. All right. Let's mix these up here for Patty. Patty, this is great. You got the power card. Look at that. I am indestructible. I honor my intuition and go where it leads. Love and greatness are my real strength, and I never give up. I will succeed. You know, I love this because this is a can do. And this is what we were talking about, thoughts are things and how you get into your inside voice of what else is possible. What else is possible? Or whatever is at your forefront, you will be successful because you got the power to do it. Okie dokie. Let me get one from Miss Tiffany here. Wow. She's got the magic card from Miss Tiffany. I embrace my transformation. I courageously let go of the past. The magic of nature is in me, and I am brilliant and I am blessed. Oh, we got Jill and Roy. All right. Hey, Jill, long time no see. Of course, I'll get one for Jill first, and then we'll do Roy. This is great. This is for you, Jill. Happiness. Look at that. That's abundance in my book. Be the master of playful living. Enjoy yourself. Release expectations and enjoy every day. Let worry go and instead choose love. Surrender to the waves. Your good destiny of love is sure. What else I get out of this is kind of like enjoying your surroundings, enjoying your family. Look at your mates right there with you. Roy's right there with you, and your family surrounding around you and your friends. And it's easy because I think you're very giving and loving. So um, that's that's really a powerful card. Now let's see what we get from Mr. Roy. Mr. Roy, let's see. Look at this. The Revealer of Truth. I love these cards. These are pretty powerful. Don't take things too seriously. Make time to play. Great wisdom comes from laughing at your own folly. In other words, don't be so serious, take things so seriously or to heart. Look out for the traps and the tricks of life and learn from them. I think that's a great card. None of us are perfect, that's for sure. Okay, but life is just a big, when you get into the game of life too, what lessons are you going to learn? The good, the bad, and the indifferent. Um, but there's always something positive that you can learn from it. Okay. Oh, Virgie, I didn't mean to miss you. Let's see. Let's see what we got here for you, Virgie. Hang on, let me shuffle. And I will get to Laura too. All right, Virgie. Oh, I love this card. My daughter loves this card too. It's the hummingbirds. It's miracles, miracles, miracles. You are a joy bringer. You bless the world with positivity and love. Energy soars on your shining wings. Spread the miracle of happiness. When I get this card here, a miracle is coming. It could be minute or it could be huge, but be expecting it because it's coming. That's for you, Virgie. All right, Miss Laura. Oh, Patty, I see what you're saying. Okay, Virgie's Patty. Okie dokie. Miss Laura. Oh, this is cool. This is very cool. It fits you to a T. You got the goose. It's inner knowing. It's that inside, that intuition, that spiritual voice inside you. You're a brave traveler. Your soul knows the way. Be confident and you will achieve your destination. Loyal friends are always with you. Don't worry. You are blessed. Let yourself fly. Is that cool or what? And I really feel like when I get this card though too, it's kind of like let yourself fly. In other words, no doubt. There should be no absolute doubt in your mind. Um, Everything's possible. Okay. And we have to get a message for Ruth. I want to mix these up again. All right. Miss Ruth. This is for Miss Ruth. This is the wolf. It's the Pathfinder. Pretty powerful card. Release your past and start a new journey. You are a teacher. We know that to be true. And help others find their way. There'll be challenges, but your soul is strong. Perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures. Is that beautiful or what, Ruth? That is you, kid. Okay. Thank you, Jill and Roy. I appreciate that. You moved to Georgia. Holy moly, you love Seminole. Oh, good. God bless you. I hope you're enjoying yourself there. Thank you, Robin. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Have I missed anybody? I hope everybody has gotten a turn here. Okay. It looks like we're good. So I'm going to go back to this Magic of Intuition. This is the last book. Um, in fact, I call this a little miracle book because when I was talking about Florence Scovel Shin, which I'm a Shin baby, Louise Hay is a Shin baby. Um, this book is real interesting here because how it was discovered was absolutely a little miracle. And if you think about the game of life and how to play it, um, it is written in 1925. And like I said last week, the law of attraction and the secret was no big whoop-de-doo-doo because Florence Scovel Shinn back in 1925 had the law of attraction. And she gave you all the secrets it was to your soul in order for you to prosper and to create miracles. And that's the game of life. But what I love about this here, she died in 1940. It says here, although Miss Shin died in 1940, this is by Louise Hay. She said she first came across her work in 1972. And that's around maybe 4 years ahead of when I found Shin, as she was beginning her own exploration of the metaphysical world. And she was enamored with Shin ever since, and I was too. As soon as I got into it, and like my spiritual teacher told me, Connie, she said, if you apply it, you will have miracles, and she was correct. I resonate with the no sense way of her writing and the words she spoke to me. I became a devoted follower. Me too. I often quoted her affirmations and shared them with my own students. Um, I'd also recommend that, and doing your numerology chart, I can tell right away if somebody needs audio versus a book. I think audio and a notebook is the best way to study Shin today, um, because your critic's never going to get past chapter 2. The years passed, and then in the fall of 2012, a rare books dealer found a small typewritten unpublished manuscript of the last writings of Florence Scovel Shinn. And here's an excerpt with the letter sent to him. Several months ago, we came across a unique item from that collection that we think you may have an interest in. And this is The Magic Path of Intuition by Florence Scovel Shinn. We're contacting you to see if you or Hay House have an interest in purchasing it, and the rest is history. This is a fabulous um, book, and it is beautifully demonstrated. It's very powerful, and I would highly, highly suggest um, adding it to. I hope you started with the game of life and how to play it. Um, I would like to. I don't know. I think it'd be hard. I'll have to get some thought to it, and I'll have to talk to Tiffany. I like to share my thoughts with her and kind of brainstorm. But I could go chapter by chapter, but you'd have to really want to do it, and it might have to be a select group of people. So we'll have to see how that goes. Thank you, Ruth and Laura, for your comments too. Um, let's see what else comes up here. Oh, this kind of goes with what we talked about today. This um, We have the sea otter, which that's happiness. But this one is very interesting here. This is the raven, and raven is the shaman. And I think that we all, if we could get past the critic of how we have that voice in between our ears, we could get past the critic and being so hard on ourselves. Um, I think we can, get into our own shaman healing. There's a lot of different ways to do that. Eventually, I'll drag up my crystal book and we can get into crystals and all the things that go along with the different stones because they're tied to astrology, they're tied to healing. Um, and, back in the day, people used to make elixirs out of stones to heal others. So um, that's why this card kind of triggered my thought process on that. You are the creator and magician. Use the gifts for good. There's power in your wisdom and your words. Connect with the element spirits and glide through the void, the negativity, the blocks. We can put up our own roadblocks real good with our thoughts. Claim your place as the keeper of the mysteries. This is a very good one too. This is what we are, and I think this is great. Um, when we think about the bee, you're a powerful creator. Your work blesses everything you touch. Be open to receiving sweetness. You are the queen of abundance. How about if we thought like that all the time? How about if we talk to ourselves with love? Or when we find ourselves criticizing ourselves, how about if we just say not true and then restate a positive? Or the next time, that's not true. That the next time I'll do it differently, or the next time I'll be aware of that, rather than having that inside voice of criticizing and labeling us and putting ourselves down. Thank you, Laura. I appreciate that. Very, 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 very important here. Um, I think Tiffany said I should have a master class. We'd have to do that if you all were interested, and you can let Tiffany know. You'd have to do the audio, and then we will do the um, your notes back and forth with me. We'll dialogue together, and that's how you grow. That's how you get it. That's how you learn. All right, let's see what else we have here. There's got to be absolutely more information. And I thank you because I have a treasure trove of books. I have angel books. I want to go through one of our shows. We'll talk about, I'll bring up my angel book, but there's also really kind of a cool exercise of writing to your angel. And it's really kind of cool. And we'll have to talk about the God box too. So I have a lot of things to pull out and tell you. I like this one here. And I think anybody that tunes in, there's no, there is in our universe, there's no coincidences. Everything's meant to be. Nobody's going to be on this channel unless it was meant to be. I don't care if you listen to it today, tomorrow, next week. There's a reason that there's something for everybody to get for their soul growth. Whether it be one of the cards that came up, one of the visuals that came up, one of the words that I said, or whatever, there's no coincidences. That's how God works on our soul level. If you have the critic in the background or negate it, because your critic's never going to want you to be happy. Never want you to be fulfilled. The critic is going to look for everything that's wrong instead of what's right. Your job is to look for what's right and not listen to the critic, because the critic is a liar. So I'd like you to be more like the giraffe who's the visionary, to rise above the earthly manners and glide through life with grace. You're able to see the right path, stand tall in your self-worth, and love with a big heart. First, you first. Can't love anybody until you love yourself first. Oh, well, I want to be good to this one and that one and your neighbors and just, you know, your coworkers. Best foot forward. What about you? You first. It's not selfish. Get that out of your head right away. It's not selfish to love yourself. In fact, it's the best gift you could give yourself is looking in that mirror. And I'm not telling you to do anything I haven't done myself, because when I first had that example given to me, I go, no, I can't do that. I don't want to do that. Well, guess what? It works. It works. They need to teach this to children. And we have to set an example, because if you go through life and you look for what's wrong first before you look for what's right, you're going to fail, or you're going to delay your good. So before you look at people, places, and things, what's right about it first? And then you can look for maybe different things to tweak, or if it's for me or not for me or whatever. Why say no right off the get-go? How do you know it's not the greatest thing that you need to learn and see or do? And the first thing out of your mouth is no. Maybe it should be, well, let me look at that. Let me think about that. Let me weigh it out. How about what I said last week? How about taking the approach of good for me, not good for me? Healthy for me, not healthy for me. You see, this whole soul channel is about you. It's about your soul growth. It's about you. Even if you get just a piece here and there out of each show for your highest and greatest good, my job's good then. There should be no secrets to helping people elevate without criticism, or for looking for what's wrong, or being in competition. There's no competition. No. Not unless you create it. You have to love yourself. You have to respect and give consideration to another person. They may not think like you think. They may not be on the same page you're on. God bless them. Either you say, okay, I hear what you're saying. I'm just not on that page. That's one of my favorite things I say. I hear exactly what you're saying. God, I hear you. I'm just not on that page. I'm not arguing. I'm not calling names. I'm not being obstinate. But I'm hearing them. I'm giving them the floor. But just because their belief structure is different than what they're presenting doesn't mean I have to buy it. But doesn't mean I have to be argumentative either. Or, I hear what you're saying. Let me think about that. See? That's not a society I see today on the social media. There are so many negative, critical people. They haven't even looked for what's right first. They're just into the news spot, or this one doesn't like that one, so they jump on board, and boy, you got 20 people. It's contagious. I don't want that. I wouldn't want that for any of you. We need to be free thinkers. We need to, what else is possible? Let me see the big picture. Let me think about that. How about what's the truth? I'll dig a little. So I hope you enjoyed today. I did. And I look forward to next week. Who knows what I'm going to find in my treasure trove of my bookcases? God knows there's all kinds of stuff in there from 40 something years of collecting. We'll dig up something, and I'll, of course, do some numerology along the way too. So God bless you. Mwah.
Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show.